film. This is what's left over after the film has been pressed. Kind of want you to just see that so we can get into the tutorial. Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we are using a new type of DTF film. Now, because I know that everyone does not have a true dedicated DTF printer, and a lot of us still use our Sublimation printer to do the Sublimation DTF hack, I'm actually demonstrating both ways. I'm going to demonstrate how to print the DTF film from my Sublimation printer, but I'm also going to demonstrate how to print from my DTF printer. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let me tell you what's going to happen. We're going to review the materials and I am going to demonstrate how I printed on the DTF film, how I shook the powder on, or how I applied the powder, how I cured the powder, and how I pressed the shirts. I am not demonstrating how I sized the image because I just did that recently, and I will make sure that video is linked below this video. Okay, so in all, I pressed 4 shirts. 2 images with my Sublimation printer and 2 images with my regular DTF printer, which I'm going to show you all of that. Okay, so now without further ado, let's look at the materials and dive right in. The materials I'm using for this project include Yamation DTF powder. I'm using the Yamation Glow-in-the-Dark DTF transfer film, Yamation Glitter DTF transfer film. I'm using this foil pan to store the powder so that I can pour it onto the film. I'm also using Gildan shirts. I have 2 here, but I will be using 4. This is Yamation DTF ink. However, I will not be using any of their ink. I'm using the ink that is already in my DTF printer. I will be using that heat press back there. It is a 16 by 20 auto open Walla press that I purchased from Heat Transfer Warehouse. I will also be using my Epson EcoTank 2760 sublimation printer that has sublimation ink inside. And I will be using my DSV DTF printer that already has DTF ink inside. This film was included in a package that has 5 different options of DTF film. It's actually called a DTF transfer film kit, and it has 6 sheets of glitter, glow-in-the-dark, holographic. Now this should say gold, but and chameleon. So there are 6 sheets of each for a total of 30 sheets of DTF film. And I do have a discount code for you to purchase this and give it a try for yourself. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into printing from my Epson EcoTank 2760. In order to print from my Epson EcoTank 2760, I uploaded the image into Silhouette Studio Business Edition. However, you could use the free edition. There is a link below. And I changed the paper size to 11 by 8.5. I resized the image as wide and as tall as I could in Silhouette Studio. Once I had it the way I wanted, I clicked print and I navigated to my Epson EcoTank 2760. I went to my printer preferences and I used my sublimation preset. Once I made sure my image was mirrored, I did a quick print preview and printed the glitter and the glow-in-the-dark transfer sheets. that I have the glitter DTF film printed, I use the foil pan. You can see the image is clear, and I know it's hard to tell right now, but there is no white in this image. I'm going to use the Yamation DTF powder, and I am going to pour a generous amount of powder on top of the image everywhere there's ink. I'm making sure the image is completely covered with the DTF powder. Now, some people like to do a light pour. I like to do a heavy pour right here. And once I feel that I have completely covered the image, what I typically do is I pick up the film as carefully as possible. You can wear gloves if it will make you feel more comfortable. And I just make sure the image is completely coated with the DTF powder. Once I'm sure the image is completely coated, I shake away the excess powder and I place the image on my heat press to cure the powder and make sure it's completely melted. Then I repeated this same process for the glow-in-the-dark film. In order to print from my DTF printer, I uploaded the image to Canva and resized it. Now that I have my images printed, I'm going to repeat the same process. Now, if you look at the bottom of my image, you can see my DTF printer did not print the bottom very well, but I'm going to continue anyway. This image is smaller, so you'll be able to see a difference. I'm going to apply the powder to the glow-in-the-dark film first, using the same exact process that I used when I printed from my Epson EcoTank Sublimation printer. I'm applying a heavy amount of powder. I'm using the same powder that I used previously. And once I feel that I have completely covered the image, I'll start to roll the powder back and forth over the film, and I will shake away the excess powder and place it on my heat press to cure, or to allow time for the powder to completely melt on the film. Let's take a quick look at the difference. The image that I'm holding right now was printed with my DTF printer. You can see there's a white coating behind the image. And this one was printed with my Sublimation printer. It does not have the white coating. Same image, two different printers, pretty much the same process. Now it's time to cure the images or allow the powder to melt. And the way I do it is I just place the image on the heat press and I'll let it sit under the heat press for about 15 to 20 seconds. And then I'll just check and make sure the powder is completely melted. I've repeated this process for all of the images. If I were using a Cricut Easy Press, I would place the image face up and I would place the Easy Press on top and just hover it over the image without actually touching the image. My heat press is set to 305 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 seconds. What I'm going to start to do is get a crease down the middle of each shirt. I'm using 2 Gildan mediums and 2 Gildan large. All 4 shirts are heavy cotton. And I am going to do a pre-press, and then I'll press each image with firm pressure for 15 seconds. I will speed this part up. All right, let's take a look at these. I have them in the order that they were pressed in. So this is the medium and this is the glow in the dark. This was printed with my DTF printer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and peel it fast. Okay, that looks really, really nice. Let's look at it. Okay, so we can see the color in it. We see that it looks very, very good. Now, my DTF printer did not do a good job down here at the bottom, but I don't think that takes away from the color. I think the colors are nice and vibrant. I am going to do another quick pre-press with my parchment paper on top. I'm just going to do a 15-second press with parchment paper, but get a good look at this and we will move on to the next one. This one is the Glitter DTF. So this is DTF film with the Yamation powder, the regular ink. I'm going to do a quick peel. Okay, so it has a glittery effect. I think that's very, very pretty. I'm probably the most excited about this than I can even. I love it. I love it. I love this. I think this is so, so pretty. I love it. I love it. Okay, so this one was printed with my Sublimation printer. And what you might notice is that there's no white. So where the other two had white, this one is the glow in the dark. And I printed this with my Epson Eco Tank Sublimation printer. This one has no white. So let's do a quick peel. Okay. So there's still a lot of color left on here. So I don't really love that, but I still think it looks really, really nice. And I would still definitely wear this. Okay, so this is how it looks. This one is the glow in the dark, and it was done with the Epson Eco Tank. All right, and last but certainly not least is the glitter with the Epson Eco Tank. And I'm excited about this. Let's see how it turned out. Okay, it's kind of dark, but I still like it. So this is how it turned out. Hopefully you can see that. I am going to show them to you again after having pressed them with the parchment. This is after the parchment paper. You can see that the ink it doesn't go through the shirt. It actually looks nice. I think the colors look really, really nice. I'm actually quite excited about this, to be honest. I think the Epson Eco Tank really did a good job with this. I'm quite impressed. I'm not even going to lie. I'm quite impressed with this. Very, very impressed with this. This is the glow in the dark, and this is the glow in the dark. These two are the same exact image. So this one was done with Sublimation ink. This was done with DTF ink. And you can see this one has white and this one doesn't have any white. Okay, so it still looks really nice, but there's an obvious difference. These are the same exact images. One just has white and one does not. Okay. Okay, so here is the glow in the dark. This is the glitter. And this is the glitter. Okay. So we can see the difference. Here is the glitter effect. Okay. And here is the glitter effect. Okay. So let's take this one into a dark room and see if we can see the glow in the dark effect, because that's what we really intended to see. So let's see if we can see the glow in the dark effect. You can see the gnomes clearly, and you can see that they glow in the dark. I think that is awesome. I love it. I love it. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Now let me tell you my final thoughts about this Yamation DTF transfer film kit. And I'm saying final thoughts even though I haven't tried all 5 different types of transfer film they offer in this kit. I do love, and I do mean love, I love the glitter look of the DTF film. So this one is the one that I printed with my regular sublimation printer, and you can see the glitter effect. I think it looks fantastic, even though I can see there's no white in the image. This is the one that I printed with my regular DTF printer, and I love it. I love both of them equally, actually. Now with the other two, this is the one that I printed with my regular DTF printer. You can see this one has white in it. I think it looks fantastic. And the other one I printed with my Epson EcoTank printer. I love all 4 of them. Now the main goal of this tutorial was to demonstrate how to print on the DTF film with the glow in the dark effect. So you can see the glow in the dark effect was fantastic. It was actually amazing. And all I really did was shine the image onto the lights in my room because it's actually nighttime while I'm recording this. But you can see what the effect looks like. I'm very, very excited about this. I'm also excited to share with you that Yamation has given me a discount code for all of my crafting community to use. It is linked below this video. Okay, so please make sure you look below the video and see the link, and everything you need will be right there. Now, I do plan on testing out some of these other types of DTF film, but I didn't want to do too much in this tutorial. Hopefully you have found this helpful. If you did, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications, because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.